Walford is burning with whispers, and at the heart of it stands one woman, Stacey Slater. Her departure was meant to be a peaceful, fresh start in Brazil, a new chapter after years of heartbreak. But something doesn't add up. Jean missed her daughter's farewell. Zoe's betrayal runs deeper than anyone knows, and Max's sudden reappearance wasn't just about rekindled love, it was a warning. Tonight, we uncover the truth behind Stacey's exit, a story of deceit, family secrets, and a betrayal that could tear Walford apart forever. Because what if Stacey didn't just leave for a new life? What if she was running for her life? Before we dive deep into this twisted goodbye, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because what's coming next will change how you see EastEnders forever. The calm before the storm. It began like any other Thursday in Walford. The Slater house was tense, but ordinary laughter covering cracks, tea covering tension. But behind Jean's gentle smile was a storm. Her daughter, Stacey, was leaving for Brazil. A new adventure, a fresh beginning, or so she said. Yet the moment Zoe arrived that morning, everything changed. Her guilt hung heavy in the air, a secret festering behind her nervous smile. Jean sensed it. Kat sensed it. Even Alfie's jokes couldn't fill the silence. And then, a message arrived, a single text that turned warmth into ice. She knows. Zoe froze. Jean's eyes narrowed. The lie she'd buried was rising to the surface. Betrayal at the breakfast table. When Kat finally snapped, Zoe's world crumbled. "You slept with Max? Stacey's Max?" she shouted, her voice slicing through the kitchen like glass. Zoe's silence said everything. Jean's teacup shattered on the floor, not from clumsiness, but from heartbreak. For Jean, this wasn't just betrayal, it was history repeating itself. She'd seen men break her daughter before, but to watch her own niece become the knife? That was unforgivable. As Kat threw Zoe out, Walford watched from behind curtains another Slater implosion, another scandal for the square. But what no one knew then was that this was just the beginning. Stacey's flight and the message that never came. At the airport, Stacey waited for Jean's call. But the phone stayed silent. She didn't know Jean was stranded underground, trapped on a broken tube line, her mind racing with thoughts she could never share. And when Stacey finally boarded, tears in her eyes, a man in a grey jacket slipped into the seat behind her. He wasn't reading, wasn't sleeping, just watching. Walford might have seen her leave, but what if Stacey never really made it to Brazil? Rumours swirl of a message deleted from her phone before takeoff, a single line. They know about the recording. The missing hours. Jean returned to Walford that night, hair dishevelled, heartbroken. But grief turned to suspicion when she found Stacey's old laptop still open. On the screen, an encrypted folder named Max 2023. Inside, blurred CCTV clips, fragments of phone calls, a recording of Zoe in tears. Jean didn't understand it at first, but Freddie did. He pieced it together, and Stacey had been investigating something. And whatever it wasn't about love. It was about revenge. The Slater divide. By Monday, Kat and Alfie confronted Zoe again. "Tell us the truth," Kat demanded. "Why'd you do it?" But Zoe didn't answer. She just stared, expression cold. "I'm not the only one who lied." Her words sent a chill through the room. What did she mean? Who else was hiding something? Later, when Jean tried to forgive her, Zoe whispered something only the camera caught. It wasn't supposed to be her that left. The man in the grey jacket. Across the ocean, or maybe not that far, a security camera flickered. In the frame, a woman who looked like Stacey entered a hostel, checked in under a different name, and handed a passport to a man in a grey jacket. The footage was time-stamped 3 hours before her plane was due to land in Brazil. So who was on that flight? And who exactly was the man following her? Rumour says he worked for someone in Walford, someone powerful enough to erase flight records and silence questions. Jean's breaking point. Jean couldn't sleep. Every corner of the house reminded her of Stacey, the smell of her perfume, the sound of her laughter echoing in the walls. Then one night, she heard the laptop ding. A new email from Stacey's address. Subject: Don't trust Zoe. No message, just an image of a photo of the Slater kitchen, taken from outside the window. Jean screamed, the cat ran in. But when they opened the email again, it was gone. Freddie's discovery. Freddie, ever curious, refused to let it go. He hacked into Stacey's cloud backup and found something chilling, a series of voice memos dated weeks before her departure. If you're hearing this, Mum, something's gone wrong. I thought I could expose them, but they found out. Max isn't who we think he is, and Zoe, she's deeper than she knows. Freddie's hands trembled. Expose who? What was Stacey trying to reveal before she vanished? The hidden deal. As Walford slept, Jean followed a hunch. She checked the bus depot, CCTV, the one facing the Queen Vic alley. What she found changed everything. The night before Stacey's flight, Zoe met a man near the Arches. He handed her an envelope. She handed him Stacey's phone. Jean realized this wasn't betrayal, born from lust. It was leverage. Someone wanted Stacey silenced. The final call. 2 weeks later, Freddie's phone rang. An unknown number, a faint voice. Freddie tells Mum I'm safe, but don't trust anyone, not even Kat. And then static. He tried to trace the call that pinged off a tower not in Brazil, but in Birmingham. Freddie stared at the phone, realizing the horrifying truth. Stacey Slater never made it out of the country. She'd faked her own escape. And someone in Walford helped her vanish. Now the question isn't why she left. It's what is she planning next?